All right, we're going to get back on track because I have a question. Okay. And I'm so glad Ashley's here because this is a question that you can definitely chime in on. And when I thought of this question, which is something I've wanted to ask for years now, and the guys in the room, I'm like, I'm not going to get a really good answer. So I'm glad you're here. But I'm going to ask you anyway, okay? Why are all your songs about sex? Like, back in the day, we had...
Are you saying that to Rugg specifically?
Oh, he's naughty. I've heard his music. He is
I was just going to say, don't ask me that.
No, but here's what I don't understand about black artists nowadays. Back in the day, you had the most beautiful artists. I mean, we had Diana Ross, Marvin Gaye, the Commodores, and now we have Nicki Minaj. And it's like, what happened? Like, no, guys don't create.
But Marvin used to talk about sex all the time.
Not in the... There was
no...
just
one is vulgar.
There's a big difference between sexual healing...
But you know something crazy? You know sexual healing was made for a 14-year-old girl?
Oh, wow.
Okay. Well, they're not going to go to pedophile.
No, I'm just saying,
we're not going to go to the pedophile.
Marv was a...
But besides that, I mean, like, but you guys have had amazing artists that were wordsmiths that literally created beautiful lyrics. And now we've got, like, what we have now, which I can't, like... It's really bad. It's like X-rated music you like a lot of black artists put out, and I don't understand it. Why? What happened to like creating beautiful music?
I have an assuming answer. What I can think why it's going to
go ahead.
Sexual.
Cook Ashley.
I will. So I believe like black people, like we've been basically longing for love so much, like throughout our history. That now the only intimacy that they know is sex. So instead of like them actually healing, like going through different therapies and therapists and stuff like that, their only healing they know is to have intimacy with somebody through sex. So that's why it keeps rotating round and round. Like, even if it's toxic, it's sex. Sex is the only thing that's keeping our culture alive, technically. So that's my assuming answer. I don't really know for sure.
Can I
piggyback
off of that?
But
can I piggyback?
Yeah.
All right. So I need you guys to do me a favor though. Okay. I need you all to put on your conspiracy theory hats here for me. Just go ahead.
Okay.
A little bit of.
It's no problem for me, Phil. I'm a white man.
So you got to look at who actually controls the music industry. It is not black people.
I agree with this.
Right?
I was hoping somebody would say
it is not black people. Black people have always been. I'm not going to go there, but it's always black people are hypersexualized, right? Fetishized. We are trendsetters, right? So they know that black people kind of run the culture throughout the whole entire world, right? So it's not that there aren't artists that don't talk about that. Is that these executives and record executives don't want to promote these people because they promote unity, they promote voting, they promote all these things, and that goes against their agenda. Right. That I'm saying is for control, right? So when you have masses that are uneducated, having babies out of wedlock, they are now more susceptible to being under the government's thumb, right? Black fathers aren't in the home, you know. All this stuff trickles down. I mean, I've seen some videos on YouTube from these record executives that say they promote artists who talk about murder and rape and drugs versus you have a wholesome artist.
Conscious.
Because that's what white kids buy or white suburban soccer moms.
But that's not. Taylor Swift is the biggest artist right now, and all of her songs are pretty wholesome. Like, she doesn't. You will never hear Taylor Swift having a song about sex, anal sex.
Is that because she's
on
white?
Her knees?
Is that because she's?
But what he's saying is that it doesn't like for the.
But Taylor Swift is white. I'm talking about when it comes to
he's talking about
black artists.
Nicki Minaj over Common.
We don't listen to Taylor Swift in our community. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
right.
That's not a.
What I'm saying is though is that like you just made a point. You just said something about maybe I got it wrong, but like. Clean music obviously is a commodity because Taylor Swift is one of the cleanest artists. Yeah, Beyonce, but she also has
even over sexually.
Yeah, like, she is. She's like she also sings.
She's promoted.
It's easier to trap people with
okay,
the
but here's the thing: So, as a white person, I mean, tell me if I'm wrong, but I hear a lot about Black women saying that they feel disrespected in their community by the men don't stay, this and that. But when you have like Nicki Minaj and Cardi B saying really naughty lyrics about things men can do to them or things they do to men, how does that bring respect back into the Black community for women?
They know what sells.
I can answer
but
that.
they're writing those lyrics. There's no white executive writing those lyrics. Cardi B's writing those lyrics about.
I can answer that because for years, women weren't allowed to say those type of things. You know what I mean? Women weren't allowed to talk about their sexuality because at the end of the day, everybody fucks. Like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody has sex. Everybody, and especially in hip hop, we always were sexually driven males the whole time in hip hop. And for years, women weren't allowed to do that. So now it's an explosion of this is what they're doing now. So now that's where their focus at. Focus on pushing these type of women. That's why we have so many of these women out right now that's doing this. But me personally, as a guy that makes that type of music, I don't see a problem with it because right now it's a choice of what music you listen to. In our days, we was programmed. We had radio, we had video. Right now, you can basically watch whatever the fuck you want to watch at any time.
True.
You know what I'm saying? So it's all on what you consuming. You know what I mean? So I don't understand why they pushing it. Like, you know what I'm saying, to that power. But if there's plenty of other women out there that's not rapping like that, that's not.
And as to Phil's point, they're not pushing them, which is interesting. I'd never even thought about that.
It shouldn't be pushed at this point. At this point right now, you have the ability to pick up your phone and type in whatever you want to listen to.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to find though when you have the Nicki Minaj's and the Cardi B's of the world like in the top 20 of all the billboards, and they're on pop radio. Young people. Yeah, and it's I just think it's super disrespectful for women and no less Black women when another Black woman is singing these songs. But I don't know. Maybe I'm in the minority because I'm white.
I think some of them don't want to heal. Like they're used to being in that box of
objectified.
I'm being sexualized. So why try something different if that's what's selling?
Yeah, because my favorite new rapper is Sexy Red. I love Sexy Red.
Oh, Lord.
And she talk about her coochie being pink and her booty hole brown. Like, you know what I'm saying? I love it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I get a kick out of that type of music. That's just me personally, though. Mm-hmm. But if I don't want to listen to that for that day, I'm going to put it on Lauryn Hill's album.
Right.
Or I'm going to put in Erykah Badu or, whatever I feel like listening to that day. And I think that's what people are not understanding about what music is right now. We have an ability to listen to what we want to and when we want to, regardless of who's being pushed. Because not even that, your social media is based off of what you watch all the time.
Yeah.
So your timeline and your things that they're feeding to you are all the shit that you look at. So if your timeline is full of ass shaking, and that's what you've been doing on your timeline. If your shit is baking cookies and listen to Motley Crue, that's what your timeline is.
That's exactly, you just described my timeline.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's based off, like, the phones take your information for a reason, and they basically, whatever you're into, that's what they're going to feed to you.
They know.
So that persona of they pushing this on us or they pushing that shit is about to be out the window soon because it ain't about what they pushing no more because you have the right not to listen to it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like you said, Taylor Swift don't do none of that shit. Right. And if that's not what you into, listen to Taylor Swift. Like, you know what I mean? Listen to, like, it's plenty of women out there that's not doing that. You know what I'm saying? It's just that you have the girls now that's just getting the recognition because Cardi B or she got the wet ass pussy now. Like, you know what I'm saying? She is shocking, so that's why it's being talked about. Like, you know what I mean? But when I don't want to listen to that shit, I don't listen to that shit. Like, you know what I mean? But I'm not finna listen to no damn Taylor Swift though.
Well, you're D-Rugg. Of course you're not.
Want to hear the full episode? Then click the link below to check out the Skiptown All-Stars Travel Podcast channel. Thanks for listening.
It sound right, boy.